last video, we got to know how to register our microservice into console. Alright, so in this video, I'll tell you how gateway can make use of this console so that client won't be affected, right? So what I'm trying to say, for example, your service is running on say port number 600 or any port number. In our case, it's running on 6001, at least one of the service, which I'll show you over here. You can see here. If I say get all, it's returning some data. All right. So what if I change my port number to something else, or UI or any other client, whoever is using this port number, they will be affected, right? They have to do some change in their code to access this API. Just to avoid this, we are using console. So what we are doing, we are resting our services to console so that console knows our latest address. And how will UI can make use of this feature? So what they can do, they can connect via gateway. So gateway will be always updated because they will be querying the console to get the latest address. All right. So first I'll show you the current implementation. So what I'll do, simply copy this URL and assume my client is right now say Postman. I'll say get. You can see it's returning. All right, so if I change my service endpoint port number, right, it's not gonna work because the port is different. So obviously we have to update or change the URL, right? Now first we'll see how to create a Ocelot JSON. I mean, we will be using Ocelot as a gateway for us. So I have created a sample project. You can see over here api.gateway. In that, what you need to do, you need to add two packages first, which is nothing but this one, Ocelot and Ocelot provider.console, because we are using console service discovery. So that's why you need to add these two packages. Once you install these two packages, you just need to create one Ocelot.json file. This is very simple JSON. I'll explain. So you just need to have reroutes where actually you will be defining all the routes. So for the simplicity, I just have two routes right now, one for user management service, another for stock report service. All right, and this is the important thing, global configuration. So the global configuration means like from where it will fetch the data. I mean to say from where it will fetch the latest address. So since we are using console, so we'll say type is equal to console, and on which port number it's running. Obviously it's running on 8500, and where it's hosted on the same machine, so that's why it's localhost. All right, and whenever we define any endpoints, we need to say use service discovery. What is the downstream path of template? So I am saying simply /url. Yes, I mean like curly braces. So whatever you will pass it will take it. It has to be exactly same. So in our case, if you see, I'll just go back to this Postman. In our case, it's like /user management. Right, so this is that one. Okay, now the service name we need to give. I missed this one. Yeah. So what is the downstream scheme? So we are running right now on HTTP, not HTTPS. So that's why I'm saying HTTP. And what is the service name? While registering, you might have used some service name. So in our case, we use the same service name like user management or stock report. So if I go back to the console dashboard, you can see this is the service. This is nothing but that ID. If you go inside this ID, we are looking. So if I go back to the project, the same name we need to give it over here. All right. Now there are I think two, least connection and round robin. I'm using least connection right now algorithm. All right, to fetch the records. Record means I mean to say the latest address. Downstream URL. So this is very important. For example, if you need to differentiate a little bit. It's not that mandatory. It depends if you are two URLs. So for example, this is one URL and another one is this one. If both are exactly same, so to differentiate, what you need to do, you need to put some extra key. So in our case, I am saying gateway /um means user management. Here I am saying service report. I mean to say stock report. If I remove these two, because if I remove then this URL and this URL is gonna be same, then it will not understand which API to call. It's kind of ambiguity. So just to make a difference in both the APIs, you just need to give some uniqueness. You need to have some kind of uniqueness in the URL. So for simplicity, I'm just saying this is user management and this is stock report. You can give any name, and this is also not mandatory. You can give any name so that whenever we give a URL to the UI or when we mention somewhere, right? So just to make sure like okay, this is the gateway URL. That's why I'm keeping a word called gateway and then whatever is the uniqueness word. All right. I hope I'm able to make you understand. And this is the very important thing. So since our it's all methods are generic, that's why I am keeping both into one. You can have a one more copy exactly same and paste it again, and there you can have only one, say post. So it's an array type. If the URL is same and your API is supporting only by just differentiating like HTTP post get and that and URL same, then you can keep all in one. Otherwise you can have a separate block for each method. All right, so in my case, if I go back to the Swagger of the service, I'll just collapse it. You can see the URL is exactly same. User manager, user management. This is like a dependent properties, not a big deal. All right. So this is one thing, and then other is like program.cs and startup.cs is exactly same. Only thing, two things you need to do in the configuration in configure services. You need to say, okay, you want to add oscillate and you want to add console, and in configure you need to say use oscillate. All right, these are the two small changes you need to do. Major thing is this one, oscillate. All right, and there is I'm keeping a home controller. It's not mandatory. You can have it or you can remove it, just to make sure like our app is, because by default it doesn't have a Swagger. Also, how you will get to know until unless you make API call. So that's why I'm keeping a home controller, so that once I'll run it, I'll show you what will happen. So here I'm just simply printing if by default this method will be get called, and I'm saying API gateway is up and running. All right. So that is why now I know my gateway is running, and this is the important JSON file. Now what you need to do, you need to create a similarly get all users. So now the URL will look like this. So first we need to know our gateway port number. So our gateway is on 60060. So you need to have something local host 60060 and then gateway, because if you go back to the JSON, here you are what you are doing. So yeah, this is the URL which the client will be using. So you say gateway if you want to access this. So gateway, and if you want to use this service, then you say /um. So I'm just going back and I'm saying and whatever was the URL. URL means if I go back, the underline URL is exactly same slash, and then you have to paste it as it is. I'll remove this one for now. I'll explain you that also. So if I execute now, it should give me the same result what actually I will be getting from the underline API. All right, so if I go back to the gateway URL, you can see there is only small change gateway and the exactly same URL. Right now I have like optional URLs also, right? In get I have escape and or something. That is why I'm keeping here. If say escape equal to 1, right now you are having 3 records, it will skip the first one. I'll just say skip. You can see total count is 3, but the result I have skipped is, that's why I am getting 2 records. Okay, so that means it's working. All right, now similarly I am having a post also, right? Because I'm saying use the same way, but you should be able to create users also. So what I'll do, I'll just create a post. URL is gonna be same because the gateway /user management. Now what you need to do, you need to have one something extra property called content type is equal to application JSON, because this is the data you are sending to the server. So you need to set the type of the content, otherwise it's not gonna work. I'll show you that error if you want to see. I'll just uncheck it so that it's not set by default. And this is the data. You need to go to body raw and pass that what you want. This is also exactly same. I just go back to Swagger now. If I try out this that content, right, response body, we are expecting this model. So if I go back to this one, I'm pasting same thing. So this time I'll say, first of all I'll show you how many we have. Total 3 user, 1 2 3. Now what I'll say now, here I'll say make it 4. This is the 4th user we are creating. If I hit, what error you are getting? No, unsupported media type, because it doesn't know what kind of data you are sending to the server, right? So for that what you need to do, you just go back to the headers and say I'm sending content type is equal to application JSON. All right, now if I send it again, it again I'll show you get it's still not created. You can see it's still showing 3. Okay, now I'll just go and hit it. You can see the user is created and this is the user ID. If I from this is the original API, if I hit, you can see data is coming. If I hit from your gateway get all, and I'll just remove, anyway it's last and even skip one is top one, so I'll remove this also. So you should be able to see all 4. You can see all 4 users are coming from the gateway API, so that means it's up and running. All right, now what you can do, there is one more API we have it in our this one, right? I'll just collect this one. We have it separated by get by single ID also. So what you could do, you can use the same postman, like how we were passing the slash skip. Now simply you say this is not this one, get. You simply say get, and then let's say I want to pass this ID. If I pass it, it should give me that user only information. You can see that it's coming. All right, that means our API gateway is working. Now I'll show you. So see, we are accessing everything from port number 60060, and this is on 60001. All right, if I execute, it's working. Now let's do that case when API's endpoint or your port number got changed. All right, so for that, I'll just need to stop this service. When I stop the original service, if I go back to the postman, all a endpoint should not be working. You can say, I'll just see it stopped. If I hit here also, it will also not work. It will give you 500 error because it doesn't know. You can see it's coming. All right, so it's just running. Now what I'll do, I'll just change the port number. Simply I'll say here, so I want to run on 6008. And while registering also we are setting it from the app setting, right? So here also I'll say my app, this is running on 60008. All right, now I'll just rebuild it. Done. Let's run it. So now our same API is running on port number 6008. Alright, so now if I go back to the postman, there's the underline original, but port number got changed, so it's not gonna work. We have to manually change the port number. But in our case, in case of gateway, we need not to do anything because gateway is all updated automatically. If I hit again, see, you should be able to get the data. See, you are getting. So that this is the way user is not kind of blocked. They need not to do any change if we use console and API gateway together. Alright, I hope I'm able to make you understand what's the use of this one. See, it's working. I didn't change the port number. Gateway is still doing the same job. So what if I go back to the gateway JSON? What we are doing, we are calling this URL, and then it's going here and it's saying users use service discovery. So it's coming down and calling the console API to get the real or original. I mean like last updated port number. So because we are saying use service discovery, so it's fetching that record automatically. If I go back to the console now, earlier it was showing 6001, so it's saying no longer exists. If I refresh it, see it's also got updated automatically 6008. Alright, so what we did, we were in the last video we were able to restore to the console. In this video I showed you how to create a console Ocelot gateway API, and how you are able to call the underlying APIs using gateway through console like that. I mean like actually gateway is querying the console to get the address, and then actually underlying calling the underlying API. Alright, in our case in this time our client was Postman. Alright, in coming videos we will be creating a client like maybe a UI we will be creating mostly in Angular, and then going further we will be creating a mobile app also. So they will also hitting this API only. I mean through the gateway. So that underlying clients, the real clients will no need to do anything. We can change as many time as we want to the port number, even the host address. All right. I hope I make you. I'm like you will be able to understand how to use this one. All right. Thanks very much.